So Jesus, at 26 years old, knew that he was special, but didn't quite know how his role would play out in the world. He suspected that he wasn't going to be the king that the Jewish people had been hoping for, but he hadn't yet realized that he was, the Son of God. He was unsure of his future, but he was faithful in God. Even as a child, Jesus' foundational prayer was, "Regardless of who I am and what power I may or may not wield, I have always been and always will be subject to the will of my Paradise Father." Okay, first glance at that quote, and it is boring. We've all heard that a million times, right? Jesus was the perfect guy. He always did what God wanted him to do, and you should too. Second glance. This is not the prayer of someone who knows what he's supposed to be doing with his life. Jesus led the perfect life, which included not knowing the path ahead. I'm going to guess that this could be your prayer too, and now I'll make the comforting statement that all you have left to do is the will of God and everything will be good. Easy, right? Not easy. Have you ever been in a tough spot and you wish that just once God would give you the answer? But that's not what life is about. It's not about having the right answers. It's about self-development, spiritual growth. It's like a baby whose father wants her to learn to crawl, so the father holds out his arms and encourages, but doesn't do the crawling for the baby. That'd be a sight to see. We need our very hands-on learning experiences. God is always reaching out to us, but it's subtle. It requires us to stop and pay attention. Anyway, we, like Jesus, have the responsibility of learning to conduct our lives with only subtle guidance. And I can't tell you how to do that because it can only be learned through experience. But I will say this about Jesus. He was always doing something that moved his life forward in a positive way. He lived day by day, meeting the needs of his family, studying at school, learning a skill, interacting with and learning about people, contributing to friendships, enlightening those around him, or chatting with his heavenly Father. We too have our faith in God. That is all we need. Beyond that, all we can do in life is try. But we must try. We are relieved of the pressure to know the way. We are relieved of the pressure to be right or to win. The question that we should most be asking ourselves is, are we trying or are we stalled and wasting our time? Now, we don't need to be constantly working toward a glorious life mission. Jesus spent years just managing the basic necessities of life and care for his family. But everything he did added a positive experience to his time on earth. He kept himself busily progressing, no matter what his life circumstances were. And so I would say this to you: keep yourself progressing. You do not need certainty in life. You need certainty in faith. And you need to try.